There are many forms of meditation, and there's no one right form. So people's first experience with meditation is a TM. I assume there's some kind of Steiner anthroposophical meditation practice. I don't know. Pure awareness practice, Vipassana practice. What we teach here is a mixture of Vipassana and pure awareness. But this weekend you're here especially to work on Vipassana. I'll touch on pure awareness for just 2 or 3 minutes here as I talk, but not in depth. Vipassana is a Pali language word, a language from which these teachings originated in Southeast Asia. Pasana means to see, and Vipassana means deeper, clearer seeing. Normally, we see deeply the things that are pleasant and that we want to see deeply. And we avert our gaze from that which is unpleasant. Vipassana invites us to stay present. And when we do, we notice that some things are pleasant, some are unpleasant, and some are neutral. And how we normally relate. When something is pleasant, ooh, I like that. When it's unpleasant, no, and we contract and pull away. When it's neutral, we normally get bored by it and look for something else to entertain us. When something is pleasant and we like it, that's fun. I like that. But then grasping, I want that. Can you feel the distinction? I like it. I want it. I like it doesn't have any contraction. It's open, just, oh, that's lovely. I want it. I want flowers. Tight. Unpleasant. I don't like that. Versus, get rid of it. Run the other way. And neutral. I'm kind of bored. Where else can I go? Can I just be here with nothing? Other than work. Nothing happened. The mind wanting is something to stimulate. So we start to watch mindfully, not just in meditation, but in our daily lives. How we habitually relate, and we start to see the patterns. Very strong patterns, like I talked about earlier. My pattern of, I'll be upright when something pushes me. To tighten myself and push back. And Dorothy, would you just turn toward me? Come close enough to get into the camera. Just push my chest. It's a habitual pattern. Push hard. Get rigid. Now push again. Eventually she'll stop pushing and it'll straighten up. Now I can just keep doing that. How long is she going to keep pushing? Thank you. I don't have to push back. I don't have to resist the push and tighten myself. I don't have to run away. I just dance with it. We do this with arms. I do it very gently because this is my bad shoulder. Push through, but so if she pushed, it began to push hard. So I'm pushing back hard versus pushing in. And I collapse under it versus push. Just dancing with a push. I give the energy back. Just dancing with it. And I can do it forever. eventually you pretend to push hard. And I'm dancing with it. And then I just kind of return the energy. And I relax. And she pushes again. Hard. I absorb it and push it back. Returned. You can dance with it forever. Thank you. This is not how most of us habitually live our lives. We harden up or we run. Fight or flight. Or freeze. Try to disappear. In sitting practice, we have the wonderful opportunity, just sitting, breathing in, breathing out, and suddenly a fly lands on my forehead. And it's just a little tickle. It's not really unpleasant. It's not like something is burning me or hitting me. Tickling. I feel it. Unpleasant. Unpleasant. And I feel that I don't want this. It goes so quickly from unpleasant to, oh no, is this fly going to be landing on my head through the whole hour? What am I going to do? I can't stand it. Oh. The touch of the fly is no longer the predominant object. My contraction around the fly is predominant. Can you feel that shift? The new people, can you feel the shift? Touching, touching. Knowing it is unpleasant. Feeling myself contract. A strong aversion. Don't want this. Tension, tension. Breathing in, I am aware of the tension. Breathing out, I hold space for the tension. And I begin to relax. And the fly is still walking across my forehead. But I'm no longer feeling that strong degree of contraction and aversion and anger. Then I can reach my hand up and just gently brush it away. Similar with body experience. Sitting, perhaps sitting with your legs crossed there on the cushion. And pain in the knee developing. Feeling pain, feeling pain. Same thing, same story. Oh no, this is going to ruin my meditation because there's pain in my knees. How can I find peace and meditate? If there's pain in my knees, well, your meditation is not to find peace in a way of controlling your experience, but to open to the innate peacefulness that's always there. To realize the power of that spaciousness and joy and peace in yourselves. So, one notes the pain. Breathing in, I am aware of the pain. Breathing out, I hold space for that pain. We can do subtle things like try to use this practice to make the pain go away. I'm holding space for it. I'm being kind to my knee, but it's not going away. What am I doing wrong? We get into these stories too. Instead, one notes pain as throbbing, as burning, pulsation, tingling. Then the growing aversion to it, and the whole body getting harder around it. Noting contraction. Same thing exactly as with the fly. The pain in the knee is no longer predominant. The strength of I want to get rid of it, and the whole body contracted around it is predominant. I breathe. Noting and contracting, anger, fear. You don't have to get a precise label, just contract or aversion will do. Opening, relaxing, so that the heart is fully present with this human's experience of body pain. Unpleasant, unpleasant. And then, very gently, I move my leg, just once, into a different position. Releasing the pain. That's a kind thing to do for our bodies when they hurt. But I don't do it sitting there. My knee hurts, I need to move it. That's better. Now my other knee hurts, I need to move it. Better. Oh no, my back hurts too. I need to move that. My shoulder hurts, my neck hurts. We can spend the whole hour trying to run away from pain, rather than exploring our relationship with pain and finding this one who is aware of pain, this deep place inside me that can hold space for the pain and take appropriate care of the pain without having to hold my body in contraction, my heart closed, the story's flowing. I'm not going to be able to walk at the end of the sitting. My knees are going to be locked in place. They're so painful. They're going to have to cart me off to the hospital. The experienced people are laughing. These stories come. If the story comes, just say shh. Quiet the story. Come back to the experience. All of these challenging experiences will come. I promise you. I want to read you a poem, a favorite poem of mine. It's called The Guest House by Rumi. This human being is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if there are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. So our practice is not to control our experience. We're all experts at controlling our experience. Our practice is to open our hearts and teach us how to be present with love in painful and unpainful experiences, and beautiful experiences too. How to just open our hearts. We start with what we call a primary object. For those who do to practice, it will be the breath. Feeling the experience of the breath coming into the nostrils and flowing out. Try it with me. A slightly cooler sensation of touch at the nostril. Breathing in, and then the out breath, softer, warmer, touching the upper lip. You can label it breathing in and breathing out, or you can just feel it. Just aware of that touch, knowing the direct experience of the inhale and the exhale. And again, the inhale and the exhale. As I inhale, I pick up a scent. Perhaps the cook is down in the kitchen cooking food. Can others of you smell that? So, a very lovely scent. It's immediately pulling my attention from the breath to the scent. Excuse me. Pleasant. Pleasant. So I'm still breathing, but the scent is also becoming predominant. And now, I don't know I don't know where the scent is coming from, but it's gone. What's predominant now is a kind of grasping after that scent. Where did it go? I want it back. Subtle tension. Breathing in and aware of the tension. Breathing out and aware of the tension. The tension dissolving. So this predominant object has faded away. I just come back to the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. As I sit here, I begin to feel the sun is no longer hitting the window. It's not warming me anymore. I begin to feel chilly, cold. My body closing in tight a little. Cold, cold. It's not very cold, so it's a more neutral sensation. I simply note it. Feeling cold, but it's not holding my attention strong. I consciously let it go and come back to the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Now, I cannot hear this, but you can. You breathe in, you're relaxed, and suddenly, hearing. It may be pleasant, it may be unpleasant. If you're trying to meditate, it's going to be unpleasant, whether it's whatever kind of sound it is, because you don't want somebody singing beautiful voice in the next room, but I'm trying to meditate. Or the lawnmower going, or the snowblower. Hearing. So we are present with the primary object. For the beginners, let's let it be the breath. When something becomes predominant, we allow attention to move to it. We are not trying to hold our attention on the breath. That means pushing something away. That's not being present with our direct experience of the moment. To be present in this moment, with its lovely sound, pleasant, pleasant. With its unlovely sound, unpleasant, unpleasant. With the contraction, with the unpleasant, or with the pleasant. Maybe you live in an apartment and through the wall you heard your neighbor who's a concert violinist playing his violin. Pleasant, pleasant. Oh, pleasant. And then he stops. But I want more of it. Grasping, grasp. When we can be present in each moment with things as they are, we see almost the subtle intention to move to a story. Such as, I'll never hear the rest of that concerto. He stopped. Or, I'll never be able to meditate. The traffic is too loud. Well, the snowblower is too loud. We see these stories building up, and just one, my favorite is that so? If I really want to hear the rest of the concerto, I can go knock on my neighbor's door and say, would you play it for me? If the snowblower is allowed, I can remember it's blowing away the snow, so I'll be able to walk down my driveway or path. Thank you, thank you. Or if it's across the street and it's not going to help me, I can just note my neighbor isn't getting his snow cleared. Sound, sound, loud sound, maybe unpleasant sound. Can we make space for that? And you can, you really can. Most people have not tried, but try that fight or flight or freeze. Get away from it, control it. Run out screaming and say, shut off your snowblower, it's only 7 in the morning. Learning to live peacefully in myself means watching these arisings of war in myself. And I talked earlier about clear comprehension. What is my highest purpose? Is it to perpetuate a war in myself and with my world? Or to find a way to live peacefully with things as they are? With the early morning snowblower? With my husband's stroke? Somebody asked me last night, is there still any joy in your life? Actually, I was talking to somebody on the phone. Is somebody who, a family member, but not a family member who I'm close to in terms of familial ties, but not a family member who I know very well in terms of heart-centered discussion. And she said to me, your life will change totally and you'll never be happy again. Oh. This is somebody who was also lost to loved. I said to him, well, thank you for sharing your experience of it. And then I thought to myself when I hung up the phone, am I happy? Yes, I'm happy. I have wonderful friends. And many more of you out there, even those I've never met, who are out here today. People who I love, genuinely love. My heart is open. I am awed by the strength of my 3 sons and their wisdom and their love. I'm going to get myself some sushi for lunch. I'm going to go in a old house and again. And if I find he's died this morning, then I'll still hold his hand and say goodbye. But I can be happy. And that does not negate the grief. Our practice allows ourselves just to say, the unpleasant noise, the snowblower, it's interrupting my practice. I can't practice with it. Oh, yes, I can. Right here is my practice, to be present with sound, maybe unpleasant sound, and find the spaciousness to hold both the unpleasantness of it and the real joy of being. Here I am, a human. You can all hear the sound. I can't. Imagine my joy if I could hear that snowblower. To be present with things as they are. So we call this practice choiceless awareness. We do not try to control what arises in our experience, nor do we climb one and ride it off into the sunset. We notice it. We hold space for it. We know that it has arisen out of many conditions. If you were going to go for a beautiful walk, and suddenly it started to sleet. Oh no! I was going to walk in the yard. I really want to get up there and walk, and the sun is gone, the sky is green now. Oh no! There are atmospheric conditions, and the sleet arose from the conditions. Gradually it resolves and blows away. And maybe I'm left with a pain in my back. Ah, putting my hand back there and touching it with kindness. Ah, maybe changing my posture a bit. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And thank you for letting me be with you this one.